Is the United States at war with Iran?
I think the Ayatollah would say, yeah. I don't know if this is technically a war, but here's what I can say the headline is for me Sunday. The mothership of terrorism is sinking. The captain is dead. The largest state sponsor of terrorism, Iran, is close to collapsing. The leader of the largest state sponsor of terrorism and his inner team are dead. The mothership that fuels the proxies is in sinking mode. The goal of this operation is to change the threat, not the regime. When this operation is over, no matter who takes over in Iran, they will not have ballistic missiles to hurt us, Israel, or the region. They will not have the capability to be the largest state sponsor of terrorism, whether it's a cleric or a group of representative of the country where there's an election. It doesn't matter right now. Iran in the future will no longer be the largest state sponsor of terrorism. They cannot rain terror on the region. They cannot commit mass murder. That's the goal of this operation. Again, the mothership of terrorism is sinking. The captain is dead. Well done, President Trump. It's been the policy of this country for decades to eliminate this regime. President Trump did it. Admiral Cooper came up with a military plan that's unbelievable. We're not done yet, but when it is done, Iran will no longer be capable of being the largest state sponsor of terrorism. That is the goal, and that goal will be achieved.
How will the United States make sure that the next Iranian government isn't worse than the current regime?
It's not our job to pick the next Iranian government. I don't remember being attacked by Iraq anytime, in the past. Iraq is complicated, but, we have a relationship with Iraq. It's up to Iran to pick your leader. It's not my job. It's not President Trump's job. We're not going to occupy the country. We're going to give the people of Iran a chance to do something they've never had before, chart their own destiny. We're going to take away from any future regime any future government, the ability to have a ballistic missile program, a nuclear program, or support terrorism. That's what we're going to do. And if out of this comes a new government that we can do business with, great. But having Iran no longer the state sponsor of terrorism opens up historic opportunities. It's the one irritant in the region. It's the one impediment to real peace. We'll never get to where we want to go as long as Iran is the largest state sponsor of terrorism. And I'm here to tell you, the largest state sponsor of terrorism, the mothership of terrorism, is sinking, and the captain is dead, and a lot of good things are going to follow.
Is the world now safer, Senator?
Well, I agree with that part. I mean, it's a good thing that the Supreme Leader is gone and some of the folks around him. And I have to give a shout out to the young men and women of the U.S. military who, by their skill and, focus on the mission and determination and patriotism, were able to conduct this operation. So that part's a good thing. But what I also heard from Lindsey, and we saw in the president's tweet earlier today, is they're talking about hope. The president said, hopefully. Lindsey a number of times said, we hope. Hope is not a strategy. We got to have a plan here. I mean, what is the strategic goal, and how do we achieve it? And my job here in the United States Senate is to make sure that this administration, has a plan and doesn't put Americans, especially U.S. service members, at further risk.
Senator Graham now has become the face of Republican foreign policy. He's been consistent, but he's been consistently wrong. Let me say this. Khomeini was a brutal dictator, but Americans are not safer today. Look, Senator Graham cheerled us into the Iraq war. He cheerled us into the effort with Libya. And Trump ran against him in 2016. He said regime change wars are absolute failures. And that has escaped Donald Trump. And now you have a situation in Iran where the IRGC is still in power. The Assembly of Experts are going to pick the new leader. By the way, they were picking the new leader before we killed Ayatollah. The Ayatollah was 86. And the question is the country going to descend in civil war? Are billions of our dollars going to be spent there? Or are American troops going to be at risk?
So you're going to subpoena Howard Lutnick Do you plan to subpoena President Trump, and do you believe you have the votes to subpoena President Trump to testify before the committee?
We have the votes to subpoena Lutnick. I don't believe we have the votes right now to subpoena President Trump because the Republicans control the House, and I don't think they would vote with us on that. But when Robert Garcia is chair of the Oversight Committee, we will have those votes. And the Clinton rule means that Donald Trump and his family members should testify. By the way, he should do it voluntarily. I mean, he should look at what President Clinton did. He answered every question. Why can't Donald Trump do the same? There's this question of these 3 FBI interviews. There's someone who made allegations against Donald Trump that she was sexually abused as a minor. I want to be very clear. There's no evidence whether that's true or not, but there were allegations made. One of those witness interviews was released. 3 of them are hidden by the Justice Department. Why are they hidden? When will they be released? These are the types of questions Donald Trump needs to answer.